All right. I don't know if I like this light, actually. All right, bet. You like that light better or this one? Let's talk Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four First Steps is a story of Marvel's first family. Set on Earth A28, completely separate from the rest of the MCU, the Fantastic Four are the only superheroes left to protect the world and their newborn baby from the Silver Surfer and Earth Devourer, Galactus. The first thing I will say is aesthetically, this movie is incredible. I love the futuristic 60s aesthetic that they give up the entire time. The fact that this story takes place on an Earth completely separate from the MCU gave them liberty to do anything that they wanted aesthetically, and they really took advantage of it. Now, overall, the story was engaging. The chemistry between all the cast flowed really well. Now, with Marvel not doing so well lately, aside from Thunderbolts, this is a step in a good direction. And I feel like I say that because this film doesn't feel like a lot of the other Marvel projects that have been spewed out over the last couple of years. Of course, it is guilty of a couple of the formulaic characteristics of Marvel movies, but overall, this has its own vibe, and I feel like this movie, along with Thunderbolts, really focuses on the characters. This movie is paced very quickly. I do feel like it falls short a little bit when it comes to the runtime. It really does feel like Marvel trimmed down every single detail not completely essential to the story. And I feel like the film suffers a little bit because of that. There's a lot of footage, even in the trailers, that do not appear at all. We thought we was gonna get John Malkovich. What happened to that? Character-wise, I honestly think my favorite was The Thing. Aside from him absolutely getting snubbed on screen time, I felt like he was the character that I felt to be the most interesting. Eben Moss Bachrach plays a character as protective, but also with other interests and with a sincerity that shows that he's more than just the strong man or tank of the group. This made it easy to see the man behind the boulders. And also, he had this romantic storyline that was looking like it was getting ready to start, completely cut it off. Disappointed by that. I did, however, really enjoy his and Johnny's dynamic. Bro, they were funny together. They teased each other, but it was in more of a brotherly way rather than straight up disrespectful like some of the other movies have been.
How about two guys, a girl, and the thing that nobody wanted?
Speaking of Johnny, I really enjoyed what Joseph Quinn did with him. I feel like he landed somewhere in between smart and jokester and the womanizer that he typically is. But he also proved himself to be very useful and instrumental in the team's success. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I think my least favorite was Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. I wasn't really sold on him as the over-calculating leader of the Fantastic Four. I don't know if I just didn't like him or if I've just seen him as 40 different characters this past year. He plays the role very emotional, but I think I see where he was going with the character. I feel like it just fell a little short. I don't know, maybe those characteristics could have been a little more fleshed out with a longer runtime. Sue Storm was the closest thing that we got to a main character, and while there's nothing wrong with that, I think that was just my problem with her. There was nothing wrong with her. Sue Storm was a superhero, loving mom, perfect politician, philanthropist that really had no flaws. Sometimes for me, a character with no flaws can just be a little boring. Julia Gardner as the Silver Surfer. I herald his beginning, your end. I herald Galactus. She snapped, man. I liked her as a Silver Surfer. Ralph Ineson as Galactus. He held real presence when he was on the screen. It felt like a big deal. We barely got to see the Fantastic Four in action. All four of them together, when it came to the story, had a great chemistry. But when it came to the action, I wanted to see a little more. I wanted to see a combo or two. With this being Marvel's first family, I wanted to see that translate on the battlefield. I don't know, I really did appreciate the story being very character driven. At the end of the day, it's still a superhero movie. I want to see you punch some. I had a good time with this one. How'd y'all feel? Because I feel like it really could have benefited from an extra 20 to 30 minutes. While audiences are familiar with the Fantastic Four, this is our first time with these Fantastic Four, you feel me? You have to give the audience more time with these characters in order for them to be invested in their actions and for us to see what's next for them. But overall, I'm giving Fantastic Four First Steps a 7.9 out of 10. And if you disagree with me, I am right here to go back and forth. I'm right here. Now go ahead, I'm listening. I'm listening.